Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and a good 2024 so far. I'm participating in Junk Journal January, just like I did Junk Journal July, and I'm so excited. Of course, I am a day late. That's okay, I'll catch up. So, Junk Journal January, if you don't know and have never participated, is hosted and it's done exactly the same way as Junk Journal July, which I participated in this last year and I can't wait to do it again. So it's put on by Meg Journals and co-hosted by Messy Art. So they release a list of prompts for 31 days in January. And yesterday's prompt was resolution, and then today, because today is January 2nd, the prompt is quote. So I did some looking around, and of course I have a ton of stuff that's just there that I haven't done anything with. So I thought what I would do is use this little journal. It doesn't have a cover or anything on it. It's just put together, and I did it quite a long time ago. And it's a standard size. I think it's 6 by 9 maybe. Let's see. Well, it's a little under. So just under 5 1/4 by 8. So it's roughly a normal size journal. If you put it into a regular 6 by 9 cover, it would be fine. But yeah, it's sewn in, it's ready to go. It's got book page, it's got scrapbooking paper, envelopes, paper bags, music paper, all kinds of things. So we'll have fun doing this. So what I thought I would do for day one, I thought about it quite a bit. And I'm definitely not one to make resolutions because I just feel like most of the time, me especially, but most of the time people in general don't stick to their resolutions. But I tried to come up with something that was like crafty related and, you know, something that I wanted to kind of accomplish this year. And aside from being able to craft more, because let's face it, that's everybody's goal who is a crafter. I think what my resolution would be this year would be to kind of complete and use up some of the projects that I've worked on and left hanging and worked on and haven't finished. Just, you know, kind of just started them and then like went in a different direction, did something different. So I think my resolution is going to be for 2024 to finish projects that I've started. Now, like I have projects from years sitting in envelopes and stuff, and I pulled out just a few. And this is kind of how I display, not display, but like store a lot of my stuff. I break it down into these envelopes, and I just paper clip them, or if it has the little metal tab thing on it, I do that and I store them in a drawer. So I pulled out a few things. And what I thought I could do is do this pocket. Now, granted, it is too big, but I figure we could chop it down. Now, it's like a fold-out pocket thing because it has pockets on either side. And I figure I could put it down as like maybe a side pocket or a corner tuck. I'm not sure yet. And then fill it with just a few things that I pulled out of my envelopes that are unfinished projects. And I thought maybe as we go along this this January, I could use some of these as a base and then possibly decorate them up and put them in the journal. And, you know, that would be like a few of my projects that I've started. They would be complete and in a journal. So that's my plan. So let's go ahead and chop this down because as you can see, it's too big. So I thought what I would do is just cut it right to where the music notes are on both sides. And then it should be roughly the same size. Or roughly the correct size. And if not, we can chop it down a little bit more. So let's see. Yep, and that's good. There's just a little bit of room on either side. So now I can go back through, and because I haven't been in my craft area for quite a bit, most of my glue doesn't work. So I just pulled out the tacky glue. We're just going to use that and make that work for today. And then hopefully I can get the rest of the stuff flowing again, and then maybe we can get back to crafting normally. So I hope you all had, like I said, a fantastic holiday. It was nice. I go back to work tomorrow, which will definitely be a shock to the system after being off for almost 2 weeks. But I'm ready for it. I need some normalcy in my life. And I'm hoping, like I said, this year I can craft more. You know, my daughter is itching to come down and craft again. So you will definitely probably see her in some of my videos coming up. Her and I are going to do like a little mother-daughter challenge and see whose journal is better. And you know, when I say better, it's kind of like just for fun and bragging rights, but I think we both do a pretty decent job of making journals and things to go in them. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then I have a couple different video ideas coming up in addition to Junk Journal January. So definitely look for those. All right, so now I want to I want to round the corners. I wasn't sure because they were before, but I didn't know if I wanted to or not, but I am gonna. It was a very crafty Christmas. I got a ton of new fun craft items. I hope you guys got a bunch of new craft stuff. What was your favorite Christmas present that you got this year? Whether it was a craft item or not, what was your favorite? Tell me in the comments below. And let me grab some ink. All right, so I'm just going to ink this up a little bit. And then we will go ahead and glue it in the journal. And then after it's glued down, then I'll decorate it. So originally when I made this, I have a bunch of these signatures in the drawer. Originally when I made it a couple years ago, when I very first started getting into junk journaling, I wanted to make like a fashion sewing clothing-ish type thing. So I did all of these signatures and they're all pretty much the same, and then I put it into this really pretty cover that I created, and the cover turned out okay, but the signatures, the way I made it, it didn't, I don't know, it just didn't work very well. It's because I was new at it and I wasn't really sure what I was doing 100%. So it kept like coming undone because I tried to use fabric and kind of like glue it in, and it wasn't working. So I took it apart and I almost threw all the signatures away because I was so upset that it didn't work. But then I decided not to. I just stuck them in a drawer, and they've pretty much been there ever since. Now the one is quite a bit more decorated than the other because I did go ahead and start decorating on it. So it has a lot in it. I could probably just put it in its own cover and finish it, and it would be really pretty, but I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of still sour about the whole thing. But I figured because I was doing, you know, this with the resolution, it would be fun to get it out and do something with it instead of it just sitting there, because I really did enjoy making it. And I mean, I love the paper and the combination of things that I put in it, it's just, the execution was not great. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I did that side. I just forgot the edge, I guess. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and glue it in. And I think I'm just going to glue it on 3 sides to make it a side tuck. And let's see, it's going to open this way. So I think I'm going to put it right here in the center and then do it on this side and make a side tuck over here. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Make sure it's going the right way. That would stink if we put it in upside down. Okay, just like that. All right, so now we have our fold out pocket and we can put a bunch of things in here. And then we have our pocket here. I don't want to pull it up yet because tacky glue takes a little bit longer to dry and I don't want to pull it up before it's set. But we have a ton of stuff that we can, or a ton of room that we can store stuff in. Now I figure I can decorate it a little bit. So while that's drying, let me go grab some things and I'll come right back. Okay, so I got a few things. I got this cute little butterfly that is actually on music paper. This was just a free printable that I found, and then this dragonfly as well, or moth. It's not dragonfly, moth maybe. So I cut it out and I rounded the corners and I inked around the edges. And then I found this. This was also a free printable, and it didn't print very well. It's actually very digitized around the sides, but I figure it will probably be okay. So now I'm going to also incorporate day 2, which is quote. And I just happen to have a stamp with my favorite quote on it. My favorite quote is live, laugh, love. This one, it says live, love, laugh. It's just in different orientation. But I still really love it. That's just has always been, you know, my favorite thing. I have signs and things around the house that have that quote on it. And I don't know, I just really love that. So that's what I'm going to use. And I checked it out and it is big enough. Hopefully I can get it sort of in the middle. And then I just have some black ink that I'm going to stamp on it. I was going to do red, but I kind of didn't think for as dark as this is, it would work. So not doing red. So let me grab a little piece of offcut and try it out just to make for sure. Hopefully I don't make a mess of it. That's super cute. I love that. Okay. So let's try it. And if not, that was actually a really good stamp, so we could just use that. Oh, it turned out good. I like it. Perfect. All right. So now what I think I'm going to do is just to give it a little more texture. I'm actually going to crumple it up and I'll show you in a minute. You want to make for sure that your ink is dry first. Okay, so now that I crumpled it up, so I don't get it all over myself, I'm just going to go over it with my ink lightly. That way I can kind of just add some texture and it'll just kind of hit the high points. Okay, now when we smooth it out, it gives it just a little bit more texture. I like that look. That suits me. All right, so now we're just gonna go ahead and glue everything down. So I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of glue them at an angle opposite each other, and then this is gonna go just right here in the middle, and it's almost too big, but it's just fine. So let me glue that down and I'll be right back. All right, I got everything glued down now. I think it turned out really cute, actually. Now what we can go ahead and do is, so I was going to do it a couple different ways. I was actually going to decorate these and then put them in here. But I don't think I'm going to do that because, like, say if I got, okay, if I went ahead and decorated it now, and then say on day 9 I got foliage, but I wanted to use this because I think this would look beautiful with some flowers on it, and I decorated it in, say, butterflies or mushrooms or something, then I'm not going to be able to use this for my prompt. So I'm actually just going to stick some of these in here and fill the pockets up, and then as we go along in this challenge, I can go ahead and pull things out and I can decorate them to suit the challenge. That's not going to fit in there. So that is actually how I'm going to do it instead of the original way I was going to do it. So that's all filled up now. We could go ahead and do this, or we could just leave it and continue to decorate it as we go along. And I think that may be what I'm going to do, because I could totally decorate this more once I get going in the January challenges and things. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stop the video here. I'm so glad you guys joined me, and I hope you enjoyed watching me today and catching up. And if you liked my video and you want to see more, that way you never miss when I post for Junk Journal January or any of those other challenge videos that I was telling you about with me and my daughter. I hope you will subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell notification. That way you, again, will always be notified when I upload. And until I talk to you again, hopefully tomorrow, I will see ya. Bye.